Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram with the Cricket Happening Show. This on a Sunday. Uh, well, there are two matches that were played. One match, the 26th match, which was the most exciting one, and that match was between Sunrisers Hyderabad taking on the Rajasthan Royals. And Rajasthan Royals, they were under the claws of defeat. They were 78 for 5 after 12 overs. But as you know, that man Rahul Tewatia was already made a mark for himself in this IPL 2020 when he rolled the willow in only the way that he normally wheels it, and then he had tremendous support from the young gun, 18 years old Rian Parag, who really showcased his talent today. And both of them put on the highest partnership for the sixth wicket in this IPL 2020 when they added 85 runs unbeaten for the sixth wicket, which took them to victory. And so, as I said, this was an tremendous stuff from Tewatia and Ryan Parag. So I'll be talking about that game. And the other game, one was waiting for the crunch game between Delhi Daredevils and Mumbai Indians. As you know, Delhi Daredevils were on the top of the Indian Premier League with their points to go position. And now Mumbai Indians with the max look at the game between Sunrise 26th match, which was played at the Dubai Cricket Ground. Now Sunrisers Hyderabad were the ones who batted first. Rajasthan Royals today had the services of Ben Stokes, who played his first game today in the IPL 2020. It was quite a different case that he could not fire with either the Sunrisers Hyderabad. They put up their lowest ever power play display, one could say, with David Warner and Barristow at the crease, and with the bowlers Jofra Archer and Shreyas Gopal bowling at the other end. Things were pretty tough to combine, especially Jofra Archer was no better. But before that, the first wicket, the breakthrough was, even as I said, it was a very tough going for the in the power play overs for the Hyderabad, with both Warner and Barristow being kept quiet. But then Barristow then opened out by slamming a six, but he was the first victim today when Jonathan Warner took it upon himself after Jofra Archer was out of the firing line. He took it upon, and that was going on. And David Warner and Pandey they actually got a lot of runs, as there was 73 runs added. A bit how he struck Jofra Archer for himself down the leg side, and wanted to flame through the cover region. But one could only see his stumps actually getting split, the middle and leg stump being splayed by Jofra Archer. So that was it. Manish Pandey, very good hand. He played in 22 of a score which would have been a par score, but considering the wicket, one could probably think that it was just on the par score, one could say. Now, if you look at the bowling, Jofra Archer, as I've told you in the IPL, he has been a bowler who has been very, very difficult to hit off, and he proved it here. 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 25 for Jofra Archer. Shreyas Gopal, 4 overs, none for 31. Karthik Tyagi was a bit costly, 1 for 29 of 3. Javed Unadkat, 4 overs, 1 for 31. I thought he bowled a better line than what we have seen him. Got hammered, especially by Manish Pandey, to the 35 runs of 4 overs. Stokes was on display with this ball, bowled just a solitary over for 7 runs. Now, Sunrisers Hyderabad 158 for 4. Rajasthan Royals were chasing 159 to win the match. And let's have a look at what happened. And we saw a very powerful winner, along with Ben Stokes, after hitting a boundary, was a victim of Khalil Ahmed. Khalil Ahmed, the double blow, he dismissed both the openers. First, he dismissed Ben Stokes. As Ben Stokes tried to pull a short delivery, you could see is that his stumps were rearranged by Khalil Ahmed. He was gone for 6. And the next wicket to go was Josh Butler, after making 16 of 13. Khalil Ahmed striking a double blow as he sent Butler on his way to the pavilion, caught by Barristow. After that, Stephen Smith got into an Stephen Smith was also run out. Now, this was a run out where Stephen Smith should have trusted. It was Butler's call, but there was a slight pause at the other end. Out, and that was a big wicket for them. Run out for 5, and now it was left to Sanju Sam, and it was a very bad situation. They were 26 for 3 in the power play overs, and we had 2 new batsmen in the middle: Sanju Samson, and Robin Uthappa. Sanju started playing some cracking innings, and Robin Uthappa was there in the middle, and both actually tried to, but they could only add around 25 odd runs before Rashid Khan was thrusted into the bowling attack. And Rashid Khan, as you know, he never disappoints. Samson's wicket. Samson, as you know, we have seen in this IPL that every team has played Rashid Khan with care. Take chances against Rashid Khan. It is something they are hitting on the danger zone. But today gone of the Rashid Khan for 26 as he attempted a big stroke, and Robin Uthappa was LBW bowled. And then the total for the Rajasthan Royals read 78 for 5 after 12 overs, and we had 2 new batsmen in the middle, Rian Parag, but that dangerous batsman Tewatia was there, lurking there. And now it was a very tough situation, sort of the ropes at 78 for 5, a long way to go for them to reach 159. It was 79, 80 odd runs. But the good thing for them was that they had 8 overs to do so. And it was clearly a possibility. But it was all a matter of applying themselves. And that's what Tewatia wanted, one who could stand with him. And that came the Sunrisers Hyderabad bowlers could have tightened up the noose around the Rajasthan Royals. They were not able to, as Rian Parag and Rahul Tewatia got into their stroke-making moods. And about here, let's talk about Rashid Khan. 18th over, Warner definitely had something up his sleeve, and there was still some get in 3 overs. Was the man who was batting in the middle. And Rashid Khan, as you know, 99 times out of 100, we know that Rashid Khan is someone who no batsman takes chances. But I know that probably one was thinking that, and I'm sure even the mindset of the Sunrisers Hyderabad captain Warner would have been that, would have probably thought that, he's having Rashid Khan's over up his sleeve, and he could, that is somewhere he could put the pressure. And that's the precise reason he was brought into the 18th over. But in the 18th over, as I said, till now, in this Indian Premier League 2020, not a single batsman has taken a risk against Rashid Khan, and whenever they have taken it, they have perished. But not this time. Rahul Tewatia in the 18th over absolutely started as he took everyone by surprise. First, he reverse smashed Rashid Khan for a boundary, for a 4, and the third one was lofted into the open to really leave everybody just a bit stunned out in the right manner. And Rahul Tewatia, as I said, he has really shown what a talent he is. I mean, to hit Rashid Khan, it really takes something. I mean, to take that risk and hammer him into the pickets or over the pickets. But anyway, he took 3 consecutive 4. His partner giving the strike to Tewatia at times. But Rian Parag also did not miss any opportunity to score of any loose deliveries. And finally, Rian Parag showed his talent when he crashed Khalil Ahmed delivery for a 6 over the boundary. Both Parag and Tewatia were equal to the task, and it was all over. Sunrisers Hyderabad, Rajasthan Royals had won the match by 5 wickets with Rian Parag, the talented Rian Parag, not out on 42 of 26 deliveries, 2 4s, 2 6s. Consoling being done. One does not know what really transpired, but something was being said. I suppose. Wonderful job. They needed 21 runs of the last 12 balls, but they did it in the penultimate ball when Rian Parag crashed the 6 of Khalil Ahmed. If you look at the bowling, Sandeep Sharma was hit for 2 spanking 6s by, I think it was 25, as he got a hammering today. And V. Shankar, run for 22. Rahul Tewatia was the man of the match. And Rahul Tewatia, as I said, has really become a hero to the next game. But Mumbai Indians won the match by 5 wickets to go on the top of the points table in Indian Premier League 2020. Now, it was the first And Delhi offering a tame catch to Krunal Pandya, the bowling of bowled for 4, but in the from the beginning, as he made an unbeaten 69 of 52 balls, 6 fours and 1 6. Ajinkya Rahane getting his first. Played some nice strokes in his knock of 42 of 33 balls with 5 fours, becoming a victim of Krunal Pandya. Stoinis were around for 13 of 8 balls. Alex Carey getting his first game in IPL, not out on 14 of 9 deliveries, with on to 162 for 4. Bowling, Trent bowled 4 overs, 1 for 36. Pattinson 3 overs was costly today, none for 37. Bumrah did his bit that he normally does, 4 overs, 1 for 26. Krunal Pandya 2 for 26. Pollard bowled a solitary over. Chahar 4 overs, none for 27. Now Delhi Daredevils 162 for 4, and the Mumbai Indians were chasing 163 to win the match. And Mumbai Indians did not have the good start. They lost their captain Rohit Sharma pretty early, as Akshay Patel was the one who was bowling in the power play today, and Akshay Patel did not disappoint his captain. Picked up the wicket of Rohit Sharma for 5. That was a big wicket for them. But Quinton de Kock, as you know, he's someone who keeps the scoreboard very busy, tickling this one and also hitting that hard boundary and 6 as well. Mumbai Indians, as Surya Kumar Yadav showed some real quality in his cricketing strokes. Quinton de Kock, well, he was someone who was not swinging his bat. He was swinging it away wide and handsome for 4s and 6s, as he collected a 50. He made 53 of 36 deliveries, 4 4s and 3 6s. And Mumbai Indians got this partnership 31 after Rohit Sharma departed. It was partnership, and that came in some very good time as well, with both Surya Kumar Yadav and Quinton de Kock. He was a victim of the bowling of Ravichandran Ashwin. Surya Kumar Yadav was joined in by the young bloke Ishan Kishan, another talented youngster. Surya Kumar Yadav, as I said, he's someone who has some very good cricketing technique, and he plays all cricketing strokes. And today we saw Surya Kumar Yadav bloom in full. I mean, he was so confident of hitting. In fact, he also hit a beautiful. It's an absolute treat to watch. He drives beautifully, and it was very good to watch the batting of Surya Kumar Yadav, as he made a very attractive Yadav, and I thought it was a pristine innings from Yadav. 53 of 32 deliveries, inclusive of 6 4s and 1 6. Ishan Kishan clubbed 2 4s and 2 6s in a knock of 28 of just 15 deliveries. Absolute cameo, one could say. And what Ishan Kishan did well best today was he did not try to have a go at the bowling right away, which he normally does. Today he decided to play a few balls, get his eye in a bit, and that's what precisely Ishan Kishan has to be doing in the subsequent matches. It was a bit of Hardik Pandya and finally the formalities were completed with Kieron Pollard on a very calm 11 unbeaten runs of 14 deliveries, 1 for Krunal Pandya, crunched 1 for a boundary as he matched by 5 wickets to go on top of the points table in Indian Premier League 2020. If you look at the bowling, Kagiso Rabada in the end overs, we saw he bowled an over which was a wonderful over, which gave him only 3 runs. But in the end, it didn't really matter. 4 was 1 for 28. Akshay Patel 3 was 1 for 24. Ashwin line right at all. 2 overs. De Kock was the man of the match. One thing I would like to say here, dear fans, friends, subscribers, that the fielding was a bit ragged, one could say. Especially Prithvi Shaw was someone who not only grasped some catches, he also did some misfields as well. But Prithvi Shaw probably has to work on his fielding. Another thing that I would like to say here is that it's always better to have someone who has long legs and someone who is pretty tall at the boundary. I'm sure Ricky Ponting would have been watching the match, big guy stationed at the deep, because we know the ball is going to fly, could not probably reach it. But nevertheless, that's one thing. So Mumbai Indians on the top of the Indian Premier League standings. And Rajasthan Royals have eked out the points. They have got a point at the right time to keep the Royal challengers. That should be one one beautiful game which is coming up tomorrow. It's going to be a nicely contested game for sure, and I'll be there with my cricket happenings broadcast of that particular match as well. So keep yourself tuned in, folks, and pleasure always to bring this cricket happening show, and hope you all